Got it. I had to add myself, honey. All right, Lady J, we're gonna see you shortly. Yeah. Let's see. So, can you hear me, Jazz?
Uh, Let me see. Say
We gotta
something.
testing.
It's like you sound real low. And my mic is on, but it's like you sound real low.
Okay. Let's see what we got. Hey guys. Hmm. What about now?
It's like you still sound the same, the volume.
Oh, you know why I'm not talking through this? I'm listen. I gotta
I
get
gotta
used to
order me
this
one of
stuff,
those.
honey. This equipment. That's why. Well, what about now? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
All right. I forgot. I gotta talk through the mic. Mic check. Mic check. 1 2. Mic check. 1 2. What's up, Facebook, YouTube? What's up? Your girl Sharika and Jasmine here. We're waiting on
Hey
Lady
y'all,
J.
I'm Jazz.
Happy New
Welcome.
Year. Welcome to That's the Setup podcast. We're going to be broadcasting in a few more minutes. Yes, we hope that your evening is going lovely. If you could stay tuned for a conversation, we would love to know what you got going on. Yes, I can hear you perfect, Jazz.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to go to Amazon or me one of those.
Yeah, it was really affordable too.
You probably
I'll
got
send
it
you
when
the
they had a
link
sale going on.
for sure. It's supposed to get rid of the static in the background noise. Hopefully, you can hear it clearly. So tonight, guys, yes, welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday, January the 3rd, 2023, Jazz.
I
2023
know.
now.
I feel like it's gonna fly by like any other
Yeah,
months.
we're gonna be in space. Gonna be
Yeah.
able to beam me up, Scotty. Gonna be in space next year sometime. So
Yes.
tonight, y'all, we're just going to conversate in a few, talk about some goal setting for the new year, this new year, that the man made has set aside for us to reflect on what are our goals for the next 12 months. Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
And how do we determine if we're heading in the right direction? Hmm. Well,
Yeah.
eager to find.
Cause you're gonna have some
Jasmine, how
bumps in
was
the
your?
road.
We're gonna always have bumps.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But
what
that means
makes
that
us
you're getting
strong.
closer. Oh yeah.
If you ain't got no bump, I don't know. It must be a facade. Maybe in Disneyland theme park. This world is. It'll spit you up, chew you up, and spit you out. Is what I say
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Well, we're waiting on Miss Lady J to join us. So, Jasmine, how was your New Year's Eve, darling?
You know what? I just chill at the house, girl. Just bless the guys. Let me see another day. I just chilled at home.
Yes.
I
That
just
is,
chill.
I did the same in the house,
I didn't do
reflecting.
nothing. I watched the pastor preach on watch night on TikTok at 11:30,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went to sleep.
Girls, we need our rest. Yes.
Yes, I felt
We
tired.
we need rest, honey. Let me see how this works here, cause your girl been doing some homework. All right, boom. Let's see. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
afternoon,
So,
good evening. Hello, good morning to
I didn't
some
even
of
cook. I
you.
didn't even cook all that food neither, huh?
You know, no black eyed peas, Jasmine.
We eat that all year.
We
If you
do.
think
We
about
really
it,
do.
we
Yes.
eat that all year. So
It's like
the greens and the rice.
come
So
and
it's like,
do.
what's the?
That's the truth. That's the truth. A lot of people are just steering away from the American traditional what menu. They don't do the turkey for Thanksgiving anymore. Some of them do like seafood boils
Seafood
and
has become the number one top dish now for every occasion. And I'm not mad at it.
okay,
I'm not mad at it.
child boo.
Mm-mm.
No, I know. So I want to go ahead and see how we're looking out here on Facebook real quick. All right, guys, in 2 more minutes, we're gonna start this discussion, honey. Oh, I see, Lady J. Well, hello, Miss Lady J in the house.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Loud
Lady
and
J in the
clear.
building.
Hey, y'all.
Hello. Thank you, ladies, for sketching out some time in your busy schedules to chat and have a conversation. Because I want to kick it with the sisters. You heard me? I want to kick it with the
Yes,
sisters.
yes.
All right. Well, I am just trying to check out the Facebook. I think we are good on our locations here, Facebook and YouTube land. So, you know, just want to go ahead and open up our segment for this evening without further ado, because I know you guys have, other things that you have going on later this evening, I should say. Could be afternoon for some of you. So welcome. Thank you for joining in. It is Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023. Yes, a whole brand new year.
Yeah, I
We are
know.
here, blessed,
Confetti.
highly favored. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I'm Sharika Duncan. That's with the Setup Podcast TV. I have my girl Jasmine here and my right hand guru, the wise Lady J. She's going to be with us in a second. Right now, I think she's probably having some technical difficulties. She's working out, but you know how that goes, guys. Technology is funny, something else. That's why I love it. I love technology. So what about you, Jasmine? Do you embrace technology?
You know what? Before I used to get mad, but now I just like, you know what? I just take it as a grain of salt. I was like, I'm not gonna stress. It's gonna come back. There's no use to stress
Girl,
about it. It's not even getting worth to get worked up on.
that's the
I just
perfect
learned how to
answer.
say,
You gotta embrace
hey, I just say, it'll be back on. It's learn to embrace it. Just embrace it and keep
it.
it moving.
Exactly. Go with the flow, honey. Go with the flow.
Yes. Hey, that's what Tony Braxton said. Let it flow.
Let it flow. That's right. Because, I mean, that's one thing COVID had taught us definitely to embrace the digital world and, have more respect for technology and what it can do. It filled that gap of
Yeah.
connectiveness, while we had to be all set off to ourselves. Okay, here's our girl. Here's our girl. She's back with us. Okay.
Hey, you guys. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's the connection, but I'm having a tough time over here.
Girl,
But I'm back.
we're gonna push through and we're gonna send that
Definitely.
out where it need to go because it's good vibes in here. Good vibes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So yes, guys. Well, welcome to That's the Setup podcast. I'm your host, Sharika Duncan. I have my girl Jasmine and Lady J all on the line tonight so we can just talk about our little topic for this evening. And hopefully it enlightens you as well as it does for us as well. Because we need to determine our next move. Yeah, I'm gonna pause right there. Determine your next move. Let me make it personal. So
Hmm.
when you hear that, Jasmine, do you reflect on like personal goals or professional? What does it caters
I
to?
think that all ties in all together, personal and profession. Um, it just what you it's like you working towards what you want to be, what you want to become, what you want to achieve in life, and you go and what you plan on doing to get there to that level in all aspects, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, you just manifest or write down your goals, what you want to do, and hey, you believe in, pray to God about it, and ask God to walk you through. Hey, you're gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, you're gonna go through bumps and hurdles, but setting those, like I say, professional, personal, all tied in one. That's a unit
For sure.
because the
For sure.
professional
Even
does
like
reflect the professional. Huh?
I totally get that.
The professional ties into your personal.
That's some deep look, listen. That is thought provoking because some people may not understand.
Mm-hmm.
But in all, it sounds like you got to work on yourself first in order to
Mm-hmm.
tackle where you're trying to go professionally.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like self development and professional development
Yep.
combined.
Yes.
What do you think, Lady J, in terms of like where we are right now in this segment?
Yeah.
We got our mindset
Right, right, right. Yes, you have to be self has to be together first before doing anything else. Because in order to be the best you, you have to take care of you. So when you do that, everything else falls in place, whether it's professional goals, whether it's personal goals, all those things will tie in, will come together. You know what I mean?
for sure, for sure. So I agree with you, ladies. In terms of our next move is personal and professional. So if we can, let's break it down in terms of say if it's a career move at the moment. Say, you may be at the bridge of trying to make a decision of what to do next in this chapter. Maybe you're thinking about changing your careers or taking up a trade. And how would you determine which path to take from a career standpoint? And like both of you said, you have to manage what you think, how you think. Like it really starts in your mind and what you believe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
It it really does because it's like you gotta ask you it's like you ask yourself, it's like you said, it really stand from, like you said, your mindset. Your mindset is like we're determined like how you're feeling. because your mind can lead you to either way on how you are actually feeling. It's like if you're feeling low, then you're going to most likely you're going to tend to go to places that you really don't want to, your career wise, you don't really don't want to do, you know. But when you feel on high,
Mm.
cloud nine, you doing good, oh, you're going to shoot for the stars. You're going to go get it. So it all depends on like your
Okay.
mental state.
Man, I love that. Yeah.
Definitely.
Hey, Miss Kateria and Erica. Thank you guys for joining us. Hey, Miss Sabrina. Love you, lady. That is a boss lady in Georgia. We need to go visit her. Okay. Y'all need them cars. Go
Okay.
see Sabrina out there in Valdosta, Georgia.
Okay.
Yes, I love it. But you know what, Jasmine, you are so right. It's a mental. So in order to have clarity, right,
Mm-hmm.
we can't be distracted.
Mm-mm.
We
Mm-mm.
cannot be distracted. This is a year of focus. This is a year to
Yes.
go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now,
Definitely.
even in this life, we all have our own paths to take, that we are on our own separate journeys, but we find it beautiful to connect and build together in
Mm-hmm.
unity. Unity is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yep.
It's all love, no hate. Like there's enough for everybody. There's no one trying to bite the other person's style, because you are unique just as I am. Like you may attract a different audience than I can. So why
Mm-hmm.
am I like hating on you and what you can accomplish? I'm gonna say, go girl. That's right, go get it. You know what I'm saying? Can you teach me something?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a learning goal. I think we have to set learning goals in terms of like how to make your next move.
Yes,
We can
definitely.
never, I'm always trying to learn something new. What about you?
I feel like we need to learn to our biggest problem. We want to learn, but instead of us accepting, oh, I want to learn this, teach me. Instead, we feel like our mindset, we go straight to, oh, they doing better than us. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Oh, it's like, oh, they feel like they think they're all that. And it's true. It leads to that. And by you having that type of mentality, it makes you miss out on your blessing on learning to get to that next level. Because you never know who
definitely.
God has in place for you to learn, to, saying they lead you to that right path. But instead of us accepting, like, hey, it's okay to learn something, we learn something every day. But instead, we're getting that little mindset, and it's like, mm-mm, no, they think they know so much or whatever, instead of just accepting, like, hey, teach me. Hey, I'm here. I want to learn too. Hey, there's no
Yeah.
shame in my game. I'm still learning. Heck, I'm still
Right.
learning right now.
Definitely.
Likewise. Likewise. And shout out to
Mm-hmm.
Tamitha. We see you out there, Miss Tamitha, down south. Yeah, I need to head down there. We definitely need to get on the road soon. But Monique, oh sorry, it's Lady J. Lady J. I didn't even let me
Yes.
just roll back, guys. Let me just formally forgive me. I need to do a formal introduction of the ladies that are with me tonight. All right. Some of you are familiar with Jasmine, from the prior season. She's a personality on the podcast, familiar voice, and she has her own segment, I personally think, and other wonderful things. Now, as far as Lady J, um, after I asked Jasmine if she would definitely do her hello and introductions, and I said we got somebody that wants to join in, Miss Nicole Smith. Okay. Okay, I see some cigarette
Yes.
smoke and everything. Okay. Jasmine, go ahead and give everybody an introduction.
Okay. Hey, everyone. My name is Jasmine. Some of y'all might not know me now because I don't cut my hair off recently. But I'm here with Sharika and Miss Lady J, and I can say Sharika cuz. So Sharika, I like to know about me. Hey, I just help her. Just tag along with her. So learning more with her thing for her podcast, and learn how to be out there. I be something you may in the future you will hear something from me on certain things. Like, I personally think I'm a very vocal person, so you hear a lot of my thoughts and things. Ain't funny. But
It's
hey, I'm
funny,
just here to
guys.
learn more and enjoy and have fun and connect with a lot of people, women empowerment, but also connect with like
Yes.
guys, everybody, and just have fun, live, and just speak how you want to speak, and just enjoy life to the fullest.
Yes, definitely. I'm learning from you about that, Jasmine. So kudos to you for that. Miss Lady J, what's up? How you doing with kicking it with sisters? And we're gonna get to Miss Nicole. Thank you for chiming in also. Lady J?
Hey y'all, hear me?
Yes.
Hey, so my name is Monique, but I go by Lady J, and I am Kicking It with Sisters, which is also a podcast. And thank you, Sharika, for having us. And my partner is on the well, which is Nicole. Say hey, Nicole.
Hello, ladies. How you doing?
Hey, Nicole.
I'm mobile. I'm rolling. So I just. How you doing? Hey, Miss Sharika.
Hey, gorgeous. Listen, it's a blast. Thank y'all, ladies, for joining in. I'm so excited. I think we're gonna do amazing this year. I can already feel it, and I hope you guys in the audience can feel it as well. We got something on our mind. I know you do too. So let's get to it in terms of how do we determine our next move. So in terms of how we determined this move was about having a clear idea, or how sometimes you can go to sleep and dreams and vision come to you, and it's sort of like sometimes you're may bypass it and may not reflect on it at that time, but it always comes back full circle through other people, through signs and wonders, right? And so God sets us in front of certain individuals to assist in materializing those visions. And so, mainly when you are focused on those signs, you write down your plan, you write it down, make it plain as day. Time, day, when, why, where, those 5 W's must be addressed. And so that's why we're here tonight in terms of how do we determine our next move. And Miss Nicole and Lady J and Jasmine, we have this clear vision to empower our people, to empower you, to give you some support and some love and direction as to clarity on where you're heading. So in terms of, we were just talking about career move, and we just reflected on, it's never too late to learn, right? It's never too late to learn new things. Like even this platform that we're in currently, this is our first time doing a live podcast episode. Yeah, so let's give us a round of applause for that. Kudos to that.
Woo!
Hey, surprise, I'm on here because usually I used to be
How
against
we
it.
looking?
You see, called growth.
Yes,
Love it, love it.
it's about growth, right? And so that's where we are. We're in the season of growth. And whatever happens, happens, and we're going to just ride that wave and see what's on the other side of it. What's on the other side of that rainbow, right? Could be a pot of gold.
Yes, yes,
So let's talk about it, right? In terms of how fulfilled, because in terms of knowing your career move, we need to understand, is it fulfilling? if you are currently fulfilled. So, for instance, sometimes it's having a epiphany, is what I would like to call it, or a revelation as to I have something in my spirit that I need to get out. I have to get out. It's something that I'm supposed to do with this individual, or just God is going to lead me in that right path to meet this certain resource that's going to birth the dream, the vision. And so all of that, you have to have clarity in order to know to get fulfillment in your life, right? Because once you do
Mhm.
that certain thing, then you may feel fulfilled once it's done. Like right now, tonight, guys, I know just leading up into this moment, it was kind of anxious, exciting. Lady J, Nicole, what do y'all think? And now that it's happened, you can check it. Check, done. Was it painful?
Monique, are you gonna speak or do you want me to speak?
Go ahead, love. We're a team,
Okay.
so whoever.
Well, yes, I'm super excited. I really feel like we're, headed in the right direction. It's been a long time coming. And, we've all been through so many walks of life. So I just feel like, it's just time to just collaborate and, be an inspiration to people because there's just so many people out there that's, in hiding and they just need to be able to just have a voice and, just make a change. So that's how I feel about it.
Wow. The voiceless. Speaking up for the voiceless.
I agree.
Because you got to have courage. You got to have courage to do that. You got to be willing to get it wrong
Yeah.
and to stand up and be consistent anyhow. So I do agree with that. That's very powerful in terms of
Mhm.
what you just stated. And it's based on your experiences. So the more experiences we have, the more lessons learned. Like we're able to learn from those experiences. We're not going to get burned twice. Well, maybe three times at least.
Right, exactly.
You would think, but the idea of having hope is how I feel like you're able to get to your next move, you know, by
Mhm.
surrounding yourself with beautiful people such as yourselves, with a support team that got your back, not negative, not hating, not, what I'm saying, looking at, well, dang, why her words across her banner cut off? You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? I'm out here trying to convey a message for free. Did we say free? It's hard to come by free sometimes.
Mhm.
We got to catch
And
that
to
because we need to be able
yes,
to support each other. What you about to say, Jasmine?
I have to say, and to piggyback on both of what you guys have stated, like you have to start from the bottom. Sometimes you have to start work your way up, and then also too, it's like it also like I call it the waiting season. Where God has you go through things, and like Nicole said, like you be hitting, or other people are hitting, and so therefore God will hide you, saying for you to go through things and then for you to achieve them, because you never know the next person you might meet. They might be going through the same things. So you could teach that next person, you know, the steps and everything else.
Exactly. Hmm.
And
When
that's
you
like a
said that,
very deep
Jasmine,
thing.
it.
Huh?
But some people, let's be real now. This is the setup podcast. We're gonna be real in here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody not willing to share.
No.
They willing to keep what they got and keep it to themselves.
I feel like it's
I
just the fact that they just. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh
You
no,
said
you go
something,
ahead. You
Jen?
go ahead.
Oh, okay. I just feel like it's just a point of people are ashamed of judgment, and they want to, have this. they want people to have the right perception of them, like they have nothing going on, like they're perfect, like there's, everything is great, but at the inside you're like tearing down, and you have to find you a safe place. And I feel like when you have genuine people that you could feel like you can, share your experiences with, it just makes them feel more confident in, what they had going on, because everybody has been through so much stuff in life, and it's nothing for us to be here and sit here and judge and be like, oh, this and that and that. And the person should never feel, any less than what they truly are just because of what they've been through. Share it. Let somebody know, what I'm saying, how you overcome, because some people just need to hear that. Some people just need to be inspired by others. So that's the way I feel like, that's just how the circle goes. So
Yes,
that's it.
definitely. Man, I'm loving this. Look, Monique, I know you got something to say for sure.
I think she
But
Her,
right
probably
her
now, I know
service
this
is
right here
messing
is
up.
oh, okay. Well, this right here
We
is
we lost her.
a safe
I
place.
I
This
agree, I agree with you. What you say, Sharika?
go ahead.
Oh. I agree with you, Monique, on that, because like that was me. Nobody don't understand that. Like what you going through, and it's not for me. It wasn't a thing of embarrassment. It's just that I know that people just couldn't connect that on with my level of understanding that. Saying the things that you went through and everything else. So it's like, why waste my time and my breath? So I just hover everything up inside of me instead. And then until you find somebody you can really trust. Trust is a big word, even if you can't,
Yeah.
send the trust with to sharing that information, and because nowadays you can't really trust nobody these days, even maybe your friends or family, you just can't. So and then also too, on the other hand, excuse me, I'm a Libra, so I'm a balancer, and so on one hand, it's like sometimes God would tell you to be quiet, keep things to yourself. What I'm saying? He would tell you just to be quiet, be on the hush. Some things you just can't tell. But you got to know the difference though.
Now, when you say the difference in what?
On knowing what things to share and what things not to share. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
It's like to let me see, it's kind of hard to explain. Well, it's not really hard to explain. Um like for sometimes God would tell us things, or even if you want to share some things, to people, even if it's something like what he's doing in your life, or say in general,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes he would tell you just be quiet, let him handle it, be quiet. Because sometimes you go say things, say it, and then they go out and ruin it, what I'm saying, or whatever, and instead of letting him handle it for you. And so because it's like you don't have to worry about it no more. But on the one hand, it's like, you see somebody,
Mm-hmm.
not to say you see somebody, what you guys stated earlier,
That's
you go
right.
through things and you see, like, what, let me tell you, I went through something similar. I totally understand what you're going through, you know, if I'm making sense.
Uh, Definitely making a lot of sense, and I feel like this is a topic that could be relatable. I think a lot of people feel this way where they've been hurt in the past. We've all been hurt. I've been hurt, when we share information with people we think we could trust and they violate that trust. And so we know to just shelter and just go into a shell and just protect ourselves. That's the best way to do is protect ourselves by just not overly just telling a lot of
Mm-hmm.
information to people that really why it's a certain reason. For me, I'm thinking if it's something to help somebody that you've been through a certain situation, then of course, you could share based on your experience. But as far as suggest the route for them to go, they would have to learn for themselves because, most people like to, try for themselves without getting too much advice. Like I tell my
Mm-hmm.
daughter, like, look, don't go down that road. I've been down that path, where you're heading. So she's going to go down that road anyway because she want to know for
Mm-hmm.
herself. firsthand. And I think that's how most people feel in certain situations. So it's a learning and growing phase.
Yeah.
I think, changing how we think, just to reflect on what we just talked about. How do we determine our next move? Well, we got to be willing to do that. We need to do self development and professional development. And in order to do that, we can't be distracted. We got to be focused. So,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of being focused, we need to have like some learning goals, some goals that we want to accomplish to help educate ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah, like for instance, like even with this, I had to go out and figure out the do's and don'ts of how to use stream live for this platform. What are the do's and don'ts? And for instance, how do I know that you can hear the audio clearly? How do I know that the video is going to display across multiple platforms at one time live? And so, Facebook, YouTube land, I just want to know if you guys feeling us on this topic, and let us know how you're feeling. You can leave us a voice message or you can chat. I'm reading the chats. I thank you guys for the love. This is our first episode for the year. That's the Setup Podcast TV. We've been doing the podcast now for approaching 4 years, and it all stemmed from someone else. Just to give you a testimony. How did Sharika end up with a podcast? Like, what don't she do, right? Sort of like, it's how many gifts can God give you to manage? Because I think too much, I don't know. For me, I just know my limit. All right. So I have to be mindful of what I can handle and what I can't. And so this particular vision was birthed through someone else that saw me in it. They spoke this podcast to me to accomplish. And we went on that path together. That was Miss Roland. I don't know if some of you remember, based on the original shows, it was Roland Mayhew who had the vision for Sharika to do a podcast, because at the time I was on a book tour, publishing tour. I have like 5 published books. Look, I got them right handy, right? Entrepreneur got to be ready. Don't hate. That was a joke. So that's the setup. It's my first published novel. It was published in 2019 through 13th and Joan Publishing Company. And so from this book, I went on a book tour, and it's called The Setup. And so and that's why it's called That's the Setup Podcast. And during COVID, I pretty much had time to write a book series called Soul You, which is about women empowerment, our people in terms of learning our history and discovering who we are as a people, so that we could have clarity to determine our next move. And so, with that being said, guys, I want us to talk about our next question, which is mainly, how do you know if you're heading in the right direction now that you're moving? Like right now, we're we're not idle anymore. We're not sitting still. We're moving on a path. How do you know that path is right for you right now?
Yes, I
Do
go
you?
first.
I can answer that. I mean, I could definitely answer that.
Okay.
Um, and this is just my thought of it, and I could be wrong, but it's a feeling that you get when
Yes.
you know what I mean? Like it's an internal feeling where everything just feels really good about it. and you know that you're moving towards the right direction. Because I know for me, like if something is not really moving, especially if it's not in God's will for me, I can feel it, and it's like, no, maybe I need to take a couple steps back, reevaluate that type of thing or whatever. But like this right here feels really good. It felt good from the moment that I even was let know about the whole podcast. So that's my personal feeling.
I agree. It's in your gut, right? It's a gut feeling. God, like,
Oh
thank you,
yeah.
Lord. It's, it's a revelation. So, Jasmine, what about you? How do you feel about it?
I 100% agree with Nicole, because that's exactly how I know. I have those feelings. It's like I feel bubbly and happy, but if something's not right, oh, I can sense it, I can feel it, and for me, he could show me in my dreams, and so it's like, it ain't it. Let me step back. No, this ain't. Nope. Let me retract. No, I totally agree with Nicole. You could feel it.
Definitely.
Definitely, definitely. Hey, Miss Cynthia Johnson. Good evening, family. Thank you for appreciate everyone is doing well and healthy and vibrant. So we definitely wanted to come on here and just talk about our next move. And Lady J, I know that you've been quiet for a minute, so I'm going to add you back in to this discussion, love.
Hey, yeah, go ahead and add me back in. My connection isn't the best, but I'm still rocking with y'all.
Yes. So we were just talking about how do you know that you're heading in the right direction right now?
I mean, it's really pretty much um, when you believe in whomever you believe in, like myself, I believe in God, and I talk to God about a lot of things. And so if it's not right with him, it's not right with me. But for the most part, I use that as guidance to let me know, hey, God, is this where I'm supposed to be? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? You kind of feel it, just like the other lady said. It's something you feel, like you feel good about it all the way around.
Definitely. It's sort of like, that saying when they say the stars align, like everything just aligns for you, right?
Yes,
You don't
definitely.
you don't have to worry. Everything just happens. Like for instance, I had my garage was I broke my garage, okay, last week. When we had that crazy freeze. I don't know what happened that day, but went cut the lights out in my area. And I had to leave. My car was in the garage, so I had to let it up manually. And so I broke the pulley on the garage door. And just a small plastic thing that probably cost $5 broke my whole garage door. I couldn't even get in and out. And so just the little things, right? So I had to go and find a one to replace the pulley, the broken pulley, and this one guy had one left for my garage door, and that was the only one he had, and he gave it to me for free to replace my pulley. And so now my garage is functioning. I just think that that pulley was aligned for me, you know. So little things like that could happen. I may be rambling right now, but just the little things that you could just appreciate to know when things are aligned in your life, there's no worrying, you feel motivated. Like I feel very motivated right now with you guys, and energized and just excited about what's to come.
Mhm.
So those are
I
like
know.
things that we know, and we hope that you guys could relate to knowing if you're heading in the right direction. You should feel pumped. You should feel excited. Definitely, things just aligns for you without even having to do anything. God got it.
Yep.
Yes. Now, we talked about the career move, and we talked about personal goals in terms of, 'cause we're talking about this because we're wanting to be able to relate to every person that's at the brink of making a major decision in their lives in terms of changing careers or maybe repairing a relationship, a marriage, or a friendship. I mean, for me, I lost some relationships last year. Definitely lost some relationships. But then, you have to be mindful of whether or not those relationships did they yield prosperity in your life, were they supporting to your needs, or you know did your energy improve around them? Did they pour into you, or did they you know pull energy away? So, sometimes you just have to be mindful of the relationships that we have. And I just think we need to go there. What do y'all think? Let's talk about what's your next move on your work and your relationships out. Like, anybody's dealing with, we may have lost a loved one, who passed away and's gone on to heaven, or we may be in the process of losing a loved one right now. So people are going through a lot of different emotions and having to determine their next move in their relationships.
Yeah.
And it's serious. It's tight, but it's right, because we just left this Christmas and all these different holidays season is when people are depressed the most and
Mhm.
trying to keep up with, the statuses of what they say we need to be doing around this season.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
I've
God.
seen a lot of that.
I
Go
definitely
ahead.
as far as like friendship wise, uh I look at it as season. God have people in your life for a reason, for a certain time. Not everybody's meant to be on your journey. It's just like we're not meant to be on their journey. You know, they was here. We learned have fun while this lasted. Now it's time to love it up more. That's if you're ready to pass that test to move up to the next level. And so he has more different things for you. And there's no love lost at all. Um, as for family relationship, me personally, I struggle with that, and I'm still struggling with that right now to learn how to, uh, how should I put it? To uh forgive or accept just because they family, or do I have to let them go as
Yeah.
well? Because them too, you can't allow for certain things or for like to things to happen either. You have to still go, no matter who it is. You just gotta keep going, soaring. As far as
Yes.
career wise, uh, I try to see so I could do something different last year, but apparently God has something different for me. You know what I'm saying? For me to stay on the path, on my career path. Yeah, something totally different. And I can honestly say that I noticed that he wants me to stay in this career path because the saying, what it say, God will place you in rooms that you didn't require, that you didn't apply for, or this in general. And
Yes.
I'm a testimony that
Definitely.
happened to me. So it was like, boom, your name was put in, boom. And so I was like, okay, you want me staying here for a reason. And I can honestly say, sometimes it's not about the, I know we do some career moves, with the pay raise, like, oh, they got more money. You know what? I learned that it's not even necessarily all about the money sometimes. It's about the people you're with in your peace. And I can honestly
Mhm.
say, I am at so much peace. I am so
Mm.
happy. Like it is fun every day. It's like you could sense when you go to certain places, like, okay, you could tell this like some drama, something you could just sense, you could feel it, vampire energy. None of that.
Mhm.
None. And so it's like, it don't matter if you full time, part time. It's like as long as you just happy at peace, because you, and it's like you know it's gonna come, but sometimes God will have to separate you from things, and say to make you like, this is what you need to experience. So I can, so
Mm,
in the future, you was like what you're experiencing now is what you're gonna also experience and what He has in store for you. How I see it.
definitely. Definitely. Ooh, we appreciate that, Jasmine. Thank you for sharing your testimony, honey.
Yes,
Won't
yes,
he do it?
yes, he will, honey. Woo, he will.
So to kind of
What
go
was
back to what you had said, Sharika, I'm sorry, let me go back to, did you say about losing a loved one and around the holiday season and how
Yes.
it feels and things of that nature? So I can kind of tell a little short testimony of myself. I lost my father when I was 22. So I'm the only child, and it's just me and my mother. So it definitely took a while for me to even enjoy the fact of the holidays and the fact that he passed 4 days after my birthday. I had just turned
Mm.
22. It took a long time to even celebrate my birthday. So there was a lot of things. I was a young mother. I had two children at the time. And there was a lot of things that I had to process, and the fact that I really didn't have anyone to really turn to, because at that time I was young. I didn't know who to turn to. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't have anybody but God. So that was where my journey,
Mhm.
I feel like my walk with God first started. And I'm not perfect. I've had my hills, I've had my valleys, I've had all of that to climb. However, you just have to enjoy and embrace the ones that you have around you and be grateful for who you have around you. And I'm so grateful that I had children, and family that was definitely, supportive at the time, even though I might have tried to shell people away from me and kind of got into my own bubble at times. However, I'm just so happy that God just broke me out of that cycle to just see greater. So now I'm here and ready to
Wow.
tell you, if I can do it, you can do it too. You can get through
Right.
it.
Yeah.
definitely,
And do you
definitely.
guys hear that? You can get through it, guys. If you're going through
Definitely.
this situation currently, there is a tomorrow. There is a better day ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you just kind of have to surround yourself with people that are positive. I know for me, some of the biggest hurdles were falling out with family or not having, that close bond with family anymore. When my grandmother passed 5 years ago, the family kind of separated, but that's not to say, oh, I hate them, but it's just sometimes, things transpire in your life that will show you things and show you what you need to do. And some of those friends and families that I no longer communicate with, it's no bad love. It's just I felt like that was a weight lifted off me, something I didn't have to deal with mentally. You know what I mean? Because when your relationships with certain people are, they're not positive or it's toxic, you don't want to be a part of that no more. And when you start releasing that type of energy, you start to see things, transform. You know what I mean? For the better.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's positive, you meet
Mm-hmm.
new people. Like I can honestly say some of the people I've met within the last year have been such a light in my life. Like for instance, Miss Sharika, it was just dope having someone with the same idea, same mindset. And, I just want to, speak on that. And that's a positive relationship for me. Just the same with me and Nicole. Me and Nicole probably been knowing each other about 2 to 3 years. And it's she's more a family to me now. You know what I mean? And we have some of the same goals, and she supports me in everything. And so sometimes, when you've had relationship with people for 20 plus years, I mean, it's not the end. They just can't go where you go.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
Mm-hmm.
true.
the main thing
Yep.
is just being around people that's positive and that's healthy for your mental, because a lot of times, stuff can be toxic and you don't want to live a toxic life or bad energy. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good feeling at all. So you have to have positive relationships, whether it's personal, whether it's in your career, wherever it has to be positive.
I mean, and going
Mm.
into this new year, that's all I'm expecting, and I'm reciprocating positive energy.
Wow,
Yes.
that's powerful.
Mhm.
Very powerful. And I want to just share too, in terms of like when we determine our next move with our relationships, that we consider working on our communication. Right, that's one thing that I'm working on in terms of having a better communication with my all of my relationships, especially the ones that I hold dear to my heart. I think that that's the key part to having a healthy relationship, is establishing good communication, um, so that each person feels comfortable expressing themselves wholeheartedly, um, so that you're both being vulnerable in that moment. Because like you said, a lot of people are closed up, they don't like to share, or they may tell you like the PG version. They don't want to like have you go through the rudder with them, or the gutter with them, I should say. But if we are all just being transparent, then we could help each other, to heal.
Mhm.
And that's one thing with
Absolutely.
Jasmine and I. Our relationship has had a love. I don't want to say hate, because we never hated each other, but we've had a moment of stillness where we were apart. But we always had that love for each other, even during those moments when we were apart. Even now, like when I reach out to Jasmine, she knows that I'm coming. I'm coming. She look. I'm not going anywhere. I'm checking in to make sure my girl is good. That's just how it is. So communication, just making sure we could keep that communication established is one thing I feel like that's a great thing to work on our relationships in 2023.
I have
So
something
how
to
y'all
say,
feeling
Miss
about
Sharika.
that?
I have an acronym actually for that
Yes.
type of thing. It's called CUT. CUT. It's communication, understanding, and trust. As long as you have those three combined together, that builds a beautiful bond and a beautiful relationship with current or even the ones to come. So I totally agree with you when it comes
Mm.
to being a communicator. So yeah.
Cut. I love it. Do y'all hear that? Let me put this in the. I got to put this in the chat real quick, because you just dropped some gems that we all need
Def-
to reflect on.
yes, definitely.
Yes, ma'am.
So C is for communication, U is for understanding,
And T is for
and
trust.
T for trust. Girl, let me tell you, you need to trademark this, honey.
Hmm.
They'll give me any ideas.
Listen, I am so full. So, in this moment, I just want to reflect back on some exciting things uh, right before, and I think we're close to wrapping up like our segment in terms of how to determine. But I would love to just go back and summarize what we discussed. But before we do, I just want to give a moment to reflect on again on what you guys are about to embark on with kicking it with sisters. So tell me, Jay, Lady J, or Nicole, what is it that we should expect from kicking it with sisters, and where can we go to subscribe and just follow your journey?
Okay, thank you for giving us the floor. So one of the things that we had in mind when we created this podcast was kind of to be a safe place for women, that may be dealing with some of the things that we deal with throughout life. It's not scripted. It's the real deal. We talk about things. We open about everything, and we want to serve as, we empower women, we lift each other up. We talk about things that people don't want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We kind of give it to you real and respectfully, But it's some of the things that I think we kind of spoke on it briefly, where people don't really like to say certain things because they see how someone may perceive it or say this, but that's not what we do. So here you'll be able to talk about those things, and if we can help you, that's what we're going to do. Like, I know one of the biggest things is a lot of people deal with mental health, and so sometimes not having that safe place and dealing with it alone, that can be toxic, or you don't really have a great outcome with that. So that's where we come in at. Just like we're kind of, talking about things tonight and opening about, sharing different testimonies, and that's what we do. We're fresh. We're trying to get this thing off the ground. So I want you guys to kind of, work with us, because it's going to be beneficial to a lot of us. You know what I mean? Not just, us as the host, but people out in the world, whomever we may inspire, or whomever we can reach. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing, right, Nicole?
Yes, definitely. And just to kind of piggyback off of what Lady J said, we just the connection that she kind of missed out on, that her and I have, is that we're both single mothers. And that is a very big wave, going through our society right now, is, being not only a single mother, but a single parent. Because I don't want to exclude the men, because, we do have a couple of men out there that's pulling the single parent role. So we don't want to exclude them, at all, because there's things that they can actually learn from us. But like I said, that's the connection that Mo and I have. And we just, like I said, that's only one of the walks of life that we have that are definitely identical. And, I just look at her like, oh my gosh, you're just like, she's such an inspiration. It's just, we feed off of each other so much. And I feel like the energy that we have when we're together, like, she's not only my friend, she's my sister. So I just want to be able to just be an impact on other sisters, because we are here with love. There's no hate. It's all genuine. And, we just want to create a safe place for people to be able to, just share your experiences. And if you need some help or some guidance or some tips, because I tell people all the time, the best teacher is experience. And
Yeah.
nobody can tell you anything about nothing unless they actually have experienced it, because they can feel it, they have compassion about it. So
Right.
that's what we just trying to do, is just trying to just encourage one another. And like I said again, hey, never give up, because we can make it through.
Definitely, definitely. And that's
Yes.
just, where we're at with it. And, we've been so blessed to have you, Sharika, to be a guest on your show. And
Definitely, thank you.
it's been a huge thing for us. I know, we're just getting out there, and I'm hoping we can all grow, and, have some things to where, we do this thing together, because it's all about empowering each other.
Definitely. And on those notes, with this empowerment, listen, aren't we filled? I am so filled right now. I can go out and run a
Definitely.
marathon. We can go out
Most
and run a
Yes.
marathon.
definitely.
Jasmine,
Yes.
how about you? You feeling good?
I feel great. Hey,
Yes.
great, blessed to connect with, with back with you again, and to connect with these
Yes.
beautiful women. Connection. To
Yes.
have this embracement, this powerfulment. So
Yes.
yes, it's been
Yeah.
awesome.
Definitely. Definitely. Because it's all about networking, honey. It's all about networking. And it's networking with like minded people, like minded individuals. And find your mentor. If you need to figure out your next move, find a good mentor that could assist with that and guide you in the right light. And if not, find another mentor. It's all good. There's several to pick from. Establish, if you're trying to make that career move, establish a relationship with your manager or someone
Yes.
within your company or business. If you're an entrepreneur, find that person that you're mimicking or see as a potential mentor for you. Um, Also, always keep it professional, no matter what. That's how you determine a right move. Always keep your stuff professional, because at the end of the day, I've probably lost a relationship last year, but I've always kept it professional to the point where I could call them right now. They may or may not pick up, but that's I'm at peace.
Right. Definitely. You
because
did your part.
Right,
doing your
absolutely.
part. So, you got to be a team player, and that's what it's all about. And we're about to wrap this segment up because we know that you guys have busy lives, and we do not want to take that for granted. And so, just to recap, guys, we just talked, we gave you some great gems. Nicole even came through and told us the acronym for CUT, which is, let's
Hmm.
break it down for us again, Nicole.
Okay, C is communication, U is understanding, and T is trust. Gotta trust everything. Trust the person, trust the process, trust everything.
Just trust, guys. That's all it's about with the right individual in a safe space. Listen, we hope that you guys enjoyed this segment of That's Set Up Podcast. This is episode 63. That's right, 63 has been concluded. If you do not know how to reach out to us, listen, just follow our hashtag. That's the setup. That's TTS News. Jasmine, she has her Instagram account at Jazzy_Pooh88. Follow Jazz. Follow Lady J and Nicole at Kicking It with Sister. You guys want to break down that Instagram account?
Yes, that Instagram account is definitely kicking it with sisters. That's SISTAHS, not sisters. So you guys should be able to pull us up. But like I say, we're still building, but still you can follow us, and we'll be in active on that account.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. So many exciting things are happening, guys. And I know we have to hang up because a few of you have other engagement that start at 9 Eastern. So listen, this is our episode on how to determine your next move. We talked about your career, self-development, and your relationships. Let us know what you're thinking until that's the setup. Good night.
Yay. Good
Thank you,
night.
ladies.
Thank you.